All right, so Record of Ragnarok chapter 96 and Apocalypse of the Gods chapter 6 preview and predictions. Let's get into the preview for Apocalypse of the Gods first. What is the purpose of Prometheus, the god of fire who entered the tournament? The second match, Wukong versus Prometheus, begins. What does the purpose means? Like, what are the intentions? We're going to find out why he wants to fight in the tournament, assumedly. And I touched on this at the end of my breakdown for last chapter. I think a lot of the gods are in this tournament probably without even caring about the Record of Ragnarok tournament. I think they want to get that big provision put into the constitution of Valhalla without actually having to go through the normal channels. Nobody can contest it if they win this tournament, right? But Prometheus might have a different reason. Prometheus might want to spite Zeus for torturing him, if that is going to be a plot in Record of Ragnarok. Of course, that's in the mythology, but who knows what they're going to do in the series. We shall see, because how did he get free? How is this happening? What is Zeus going to be saying? I'm really interested in that, to be honest. Like, I hope we get a backstory for Prometheus. We really didn't get a backstory that was very long for either Ku or Ra. We got like a couple small panels highlighting some things, but it was no extended backstory with any actual point of views. So hopefully we get that for Prometheus at least, because I'm really interested in seeing it, especially if he is to lose to Wukong in round 1, which I still believe is probable. But Prometheus does look like he has more importance than previously thought, as he is labeled the first outer god, and he set the precedent for what it means to become an outer god. So that's going to be pretty interesting, especially if Zeus was the one that gave him that title. It's also a possibility, maybe an outside chance, that fighting in this tournament might be a bargaining chip that was proposed by Zeus to grant him his freedom. Obviously, we still have to find out if that's even the case in Record of Ragnarok. Maybe he says, hey, you win this tournament, you're free to go. It is also very interesting to note that Prometheus is helping Cuchulainn. Why would he be doing that, especially when Cuchulainn would be the person he would fight in round 2 if he was to fight? Maybe he's a virtuous guy and he wants to make sure he's in top shape if he is to win, so he doesn't have an excuse if he loses to him. Maybe that's the case, or maybe he wants to try to recruit Ku to be a part of whatever his plan is. We'll have to see. I'm interested in it though, and looking forward to how he's going to fight as the god of fire. As far as Wukong, I think a lot of people are really excited for this. First time we're going to get to see Wukong fight in the Record of Ragnarok series. And I'll tell you what, the authors are going to have big shoes to fill, because a lot of people, especially with the recent popularity of Wukong, the Black Myth video game, a lot of fans are gonna really be watching to see how strong they make him and want to see an adaptation that does him justice. Now, all the gods in Record of Ragnarok are nerfed pretty significantly from their mythologies, but it will be interesting to see how the author goes about portraying Wukong's powers. We already know what weapon he has. He does have the power pole like Goku, and it does extend. We saw it in action briefly in chapter 1, so that'll be cool to see. And probably the biggest thing for me is I really hope that we see Buddha during this fight watching in the crowd, maybe giving some commentary and confirming that they did in fact have a fight in this series and that they know each other, and maybe that's how Wukong came to have the personality we see today, because he reminds me a lot of Buddha already. But we'll see. I just want to see Buddha in the series. Moving on to the Record of Ragnarok chapter, we have a preview that states, as soon as the 10th round is completed, various conspiracies begin to occur. That representative of humanity appears in front of goal. ... So very interesting. Obviously, these chapters following around are some of the most interesting chapters. We get a lot of plot development as far as the overarching story. So I'm really excited for this month. Conspiracies begin to occur. That's interesting. Obviously, whenever we hear conspiracy, we all automatically think of Odin, Loki, and whatever grand plan they have. But maybe this is going to be something else. Obviously, we're probably going to get a lot of reactions from the fight. We obviously have to find out if Okita is actually going to survive, which I do think he will. But the sky's the limit for what these conspiracies could be. As far as that representative, I think that that's an interesting word choice. Maybe it's just the translation, but that representative seems to highlight that this is somebody of importance. Obviously, the way I interpret this is this person is the person that's going to be representing humanity in round number 11. So could be either Simo, Rasputin, or Nostradamus. I highly doubt it is Kentoki. I think Kentoki is going to be on the shelf for a while. Obviously, there's still an overarching plot with Buddha and Siegfried tying into Kentoki that I think that he's kind of busy with. Also, he has some beef with Odin at this point. But who knows? You never know with Record of Ragnarok. They might throw him out there because maybe after the interaction that he just had with Odin, maybe he's raring to fight. Could be Nostradamus. But I don't know, because Nostradamus has already talked with Gol, already talked with Hilda, so I don't know if they'd hype that up. Wouldn't be surprised at all if it's one of the two characters we haven't seen actually in the manga. This image is, of course, the official design of Simo in Record of Ragnarok, but it was never actually in the manga. This was a result of a contest where fans in Japan voted to see a design of one of the fighters early, and they voted for Simo. But I do think, I have a feeling, a gut feeling, we are going to get the reveal of one of those two characters, Rasputin or Simo, in this chapter. I just got a feeling. And honestly, I still do believe Rasputin is the guy that's locked up in this room. So I initially didn't realize that this might not even be a door. This actually kind of looks like cell doors for me, which if that's the case, obviously he's not going to just appear in front of Gol unless they're hyping it up like he escaped his cell and he could have escaped the whole time. That could be some crazy hype. But assuming he's locked up in a room where he can't leave until Hilda releases him, I don't think it's going to be him. So if I had to go and guess who my most likely candidate is for humanity, I'm going to go with Simo, which would be really exciting, because how is he even going to fight? He's a sniper, you know, so like it'd have to be a custom arena, you'd think, which I guess maybe you could even put into question, well, are they going to do 2 custom arenas back to back? So maybe that lowers the probability. But with Record of Ragnarok, everything is all up in the air. I do also think that there is a outside chance that Odin just straight up walks out there as like some kind of crazy shock that he's going to fight next, because he just was in an encounter with Beelzebub and Buddha. Maybe he's just like, fuck it, man, I'm out there, I'm ready for war, I got some bloodlust already hyped up, I'm ready to fight, and he just goes out there and enacts whatever he's gonna do. That's obviously assuming that he isn't waiting till the last round. There's a little piece of dialogue that a lot of people have forgotten about. Zeus was supposed to go last, so that means Odin was never slotted to go out there last, because we know that there was a pre-selected order where Anubis was initially slotted to go number 10. Obviously it got all fucked up, but Odin was never written in to go last, meaning he can really pop out at any time. It's possible he just now is going to replace Zeus as the final guy, but I'm just saying, keep your mind open to it. I would have originally thought and told you that Apollo was going to fight Simo because one's an archer and one's a sniper. I thought that was going to be a sniper battle. So I have no idea where we're going to go, what fight is going to be next, but I'm very much looking forward to it. And of course, every single month we cover it all on the channel here. So make sure you're subscribed for all of that later in the month. I also recently watched the movie Troy again, which is an epic movie, and I just keep thinking to myself, damn, I really wish Achilles was in this tournament. They did mention him once in Record of Ragnarok, but we've never seen him, so I just figured I'd throw that in here. Let me know what your guys' theories are for this round. Will we finally get the draw that continues to elude us? Who knows, but we'll be watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.